Head splatter when the cavity block, drops like a calorie, left in agony, taking chase to ambient spots, pneumonia, aroma, CPs, the man of the rocks, we speak in acronyms, fields where shots left families box, gimmicks expose it, watch your nationality mocked, armies rise until the anarchy's audacity stops, time and space, don't check your watch, look at the hands on the clock, secret formality, plot, sloth, flocks into amity ops, me apathy for clowns, vanity, got me happy to be having a knock, depravity, toys, clarity, these nuts have a pain in me pox, broke as fuck, stuck in these raggedy jokes, contemplating with the lads about snipping through locks, we be showing vitality when the fallacy knocks, and neither me pops, that's when I hit the last of me crops, till I get stressed, then it's time to rally them up, I got you fucking dummies running like a disrupted stomach after having the trots, rap have-nots, get gagged up for doing all that, yapping a lot, communicate through low frequencies, we be joining gravity's thoughts, we live and learn as the sun goes, spit about reality, what, reality, what?
I speak in tongues like a demon's possessing me, medieval telepathy, extraterrestrial standing next to me, and somebody's put the devil's hex on me, tribulations testing me, mental wit, don't underestimate me brain or strength of it, they call me the rap assassin, I'm plastered to provocation, has me grabbing the fishing tackle to wrap round your Adam's apple, in front of the chapel, so with Jesus you can make your peace, believe me, trying to see me be like David, trying to slay the beast, in this game we play for keeps, me tongue is like a razor blade to graze me cheek, formulate the beats and then cremate the things, street lits the boys I'm stationed with, on that universal constellation, smoke and elevate your mind, stay with it, better watch who you're conversating with, Satan's watching and got the snakes with him, I question God but never lost me faith in him, it's all daggers and cloaks, lyrically on a bar that's rappers if the actor go, this was any sicker you'd probably catch a cold, or scribbled similar to encrypted codes, hidden symbolism and visions, hieroglyphics written Egyptian scrolls, the working class act, astro travel and navigate the star maps, on the streets of spit bars to heat the tarmac.
Your boys be running with a pack of soldiers, some who dressed in black who stack the cash and splash it back into the cracking boulders. Backtrack without attracting notice from the hatchback of focus, floating with the spats patrolling, got the fucking lads all open. See where I'm from is packed with rats and roaches, little wankers roaming that'll leave it gaffing tight that's broken. Ain't no hoping for these dams that do be acting soaking, get fucked and left with us with what was once extracted clothing. Up and comings be power hungry like hot like Romans, packed emotions flowing deep and sink like the Atlantic Ocean. Battling omens won't sleep without the banker's bonus, they either lock you up or leave you frozen, tapping homeless. The thoughts of what they call infraction atrocious, tribes with active explosions, drug traffic and moguls, thugs attacking ferocious, but through these traveling vocals spoken, I hope to have awoken every sleeping soul on this globe, we at it chosen.
I think that jazz very seldom is presented to the average public. But I think it's more of a revival in a different form. Created and given to the world.
Yeah. Welcome to the daily, floating discussions flowing on the lap of the block, but we be puffing on the hazy, place is crazy, we got babies having babies, teenage mothers who raise a new wave of drug pushers, and lately the fields that were once black from being scorched, but the fires are just memory cemented over by the corporate employers. Every estate got a pair of kicks hanging off of the wars, where they cook middlemen out to get more from the suppliers. Iron robbery stay with doing it for the adrenaline rush, the cash then the rest gets invested in kush, cause they ain't sweating them much, you ain't handing over the box, you getting killed like the end of the blunt. I don't know, maybe the descendants were nuts, or just the fact that the place they grew up was pure demented as fuck. Friends left in the dust cause their incentive was lust, disguises and empress was sluts in the stores. Now we do it from intermental for the lads in debt, for the ones you pay the last respects, see you in the life after next, for the struggling government trying to have your checks. You want more than that blue blood bastards Lex, pedophiles trying to class what's best in the line where the rich get my success. It was written all long before you took a grasp of breath. So choose your fate before it's too late. The future and the past connect. Yo, I smoke about a G a week. Boys be out creeping, seeking beef. Or be out seeking decent reef. Cause when shit kicks off, a finger's gonna need more than a Jesus piece to keep the beast from cheesing peace. That's where you should be watching the kids like a Peter Priest. The walk phone never stops ringing, kid. They be making the killing at the back where the clinic is. Sniff is Dominican. Boys beyond the lick on one hank on the innocent. Ripping shit up because the lack of discipline. I know this little bastard who crept the back got kicked up and down and told the boy down on the hand shot. Gaff got ramsacked and got the whole farm slapped. Told to put the grind back. The day be coming back with 10 of the lads strapped but all broke. That's where you don't steal on your own. You fucking reap what you sown. But some of these people had grown. His older brother was found OD'd on the road. Probably the Bobby often drop his sleep. This is for the lads and dead. For the ones you pay the last respects. See you in the life after next. For the struggling government trying to have your checks. You want more than that blue blood bastard's legs. Peter Ford's trying to class what's best. In the line where the rich get my success. It was written long before you took a grasp of breath. So choose your fate before it's too late. The future and the past connect. Shit, I make the same mistakes myself. We all just wanna be flaked and wet. But when the pair of aces dealt, you can hit the road with the gold. Or you can be bet with a weird brace to debt. So more your voice to you, kid, is the fucking pace your steps. You're gonna get stoned and forget that you owe them that debt. But boys are gonna wanna put a hole in your chest. Some with regret, stress, but with the pose like a vet. Like you ain't bothered. But knowing you disposable flesh can make you weak in the guidery. From mannerisms when put into bad positions. I start getting spasms from having visions of universal cataclysm. Sizzling the mind before they have a listen. It's home to make it timely decision. A form of toy militia. I'm running muck until these crews start put us in this position. I'm royally imprisoned. We live in grimy conditions. Really slimy, malicious. Political figures and religious officials are sitting on trillions. This is for the lads and death. For the ones you pay the last respects. See you in the life after next. For the struggling government trying to have your checks. You want more than that blue blood bastard's legs. Peter Ford's trying to class what's best. In the line where the rich get my success. It was written long before you took a grasp of breath. So choose your fate before it's too late. The future and the past connect. Smoke a half and rest. Yeah. Come take a float with me. Stoned or older was potency. Seen one of the boys and started conversing with them vocally. We want more than the anti-socially. Ripping shit up uncontrollably, never soberly. You know when we have probity. And ambitions of unfolding diplomacies of elegant poetry. Visions grow with me. Just let me take you to the place of where we mostly be. He was dispatched through disease. Riddled ovaries. Hopelessly clutching rosaries. Woke a phone supposedly. Took a toke that spoke to me. Blown smoke corrosively. Spread out the flame and stroke close to me. And says hella zer globally. If you were stoned as we focus, we openly speak ferociously. Built a system that got us living atrociously. Hoping we get to be what we hope to be. Hopefully other than that kid, what we supposed to be. You asked them in the manner that took some soulfully. Stared at the ground for the minutes more calm. Just looked the ocean. Reployed word, see me, I think locally. Then passed the J back into the rosary. Told me to chill for a second as he went to make the sail openly. That's when I seen the car approaching me. Had a scan of the clothes. She wasn't no shit totally caught me off guard. Took a moment to closure in the back of me mind. Thinking shit has to scar them emotion. Sophisticated crackheads and daily devotedly at the hardware of all the commotion.
Been on this planet 25 years in total. Came from an estate where most of the locals are antisocial. Fuck, I'll have the heart to be hopeful. See, we've been patient, laying in the court, waiting, sharpening vocals. Over 100 verses at me disposal. Spitting for all the people who be living in conditions that's woeful. Enraged cause the devil made me an indecent proposal. Fighting with our music, the resistance is global. See, hip-hop is a knowledge provider. When you listen in with a good ear, this shit ensures you get wiser. I first became a rhymer as a minor, getting locked down the field on cheap cans of cider for the fiver. Idolizing the hype by joyriders. Me and me mates would be out discussing on who was the best driver. Witness people addicted to the venom of vipers. Streets disciples saw the cycle and me mind got brighter. See, the same old shit could have you stressed out the bits. Selling sniff, running the risk of being caught with a piggy pricks. Guzzling cans on the regular, getting pissed, smoking spliffs. Without a doubt, we'll have your life caught up in a mist. As an adolescent, realised I had a gift. This boy in a rhyme session, it's mandatory that I persist. Always come equipped with the 6 scripts. Fuck the fantasy, reality is where we choose to exist. These days, young fellas don't be caught in the quits. Cause conflicts no longer getting resolved with clenched fists. Couldn't count all the lives the violence was be claiming. Things have been getting worse over the years and nothing's changing. Young fellas take a bill and as an occupation. True, it isn't safe, but you know it's well paying. But is a war paying for when you're facing incarceration or worse? Just think first, kid, get what I'm saying? Young fellas' mind states be abhorrent. Still be running wild when they got a wanting them for some warrants. It ain't uncommon, they're populating the province. Banging out weird bags, jack cracking boxes of pollen. Got the fiends' faces all solemn. Anyone looking for them in that part of town, they go up and rob them. They be on the corners, taking orders, serving the callers. If you're yapping in headquarters, they torture informers cause they're paid from crime. Get you toxic with the narcotics, sticking up your local post office for the safety deposits. Lock them up anywhere, they wouldn't give a bollocks. They're just getting further education and criminal college. Puffing on weird sacks cause it's hard to relax, especially when you got a batch of cracks stashed in your cakes. The courts can only charge the criminals that they catch. So you best make like an athlete off in your rear max.
Yeah. The fucking ex is wet. She sucked the dick and then expect respect. You was at home in the mirror, bust the flex and pecs after a neglected sex. Told her to go find yourself somebody else's head to wreck. I'm the dealer, we inspect the deck. Ain't no jokers here, so you better protect your neck. The face is hard to read, look dyslexic text. Were you floating in your best address? Fresh as specs, took the misdirected left and got yourself bet to death. Keys off the Lexus trap, strategize exit steps. No regrets in retrospect. G-Boy, I'm known to bet with debts, then accept the stressed home of narcotic abuse, where the lights be taking shots of the juice. But no talking about no rubbers and fruit shoots. They be making trouble garoos with the buggers and the bottles of booze. You can stop and recluse. Once you socialize with the boys, that's when the fucking profits reduce. You getting sloppy disputes, whether over the papers or whether products reduce. Don't let that psychotic devil who stressed erotic seduce every member of your circle with them fruits that rough on the blue. Your fucker, we the prophets, it's proof. I'm like, fuck that. Go suck a nutsack. Nigga lay a bushwhack, coming through your town there, looking for that good snatch. Scotties with the bushwhacks, I'll be making the neck breaking beats. Crisp plus wrap me lips around that blunt wrap. I spit and make your cunt down, but one stance. Where I'm from, the lads got sawn offs on Steinboy, just to put your mind, boy. Come down on top of you, just look a line slurred. Chill and get the chicken pie fried, then come and go, just lick the strands to it. Consistent listening to dime boy, when you bitches is flicking switches up on your Android. I'll be prolific with my existence into the past lords. Getting mad boys, keeping shit left for years in these mind. Who hold the title? Your fuck opposing rivals. We code the circles of the street code. We wrote the Bible, hometown, home of the plan of reprisals on the rival, escaping on stolen motorcycles, holding rivals, which exposed the spoiler laid out. You need to go with rival. These hoes are swivel, they stick the needle to your record until you make a track like it's the oldest one. The only way we know survival, keep it shit, the kid is only primer. Yo, who hold the title? Your fuck opposing rivals. We code the circles of the street code. We wrote the Bible, hometown, home of the plan of reprisals on the rival, escaping on stolen motorcycles, holding rivals, which exposed the spoiler laid out. You need to go with rival. These hoes are squiffle, they stick the needle to your record until you make a track like it's the oldest one. The only way we know survival, keep it shit, the kid is only primer. Yeah. Feeling empty like a derelict gap where families got freshly evicted and the benefits slashed. The end of the path, the self-destruction said a bit that I shouldn't know, but I'm sorry, I'm not pedaling back. I'm just trying to bring Bernie, me nannies and me brethren's back, searching for meaning and weed at the end of the sack. Mentally trapped like CPs depending on crack. See me mind stays questioning facts. In the background I heard the same repetitive sax. Inner self said to relax, come in peace but ready for war. See, that's how the gentleman acts. I'm slick from the pens of the tracks, keep the rhyme stored stencil intact. Need every instrumental on wax and the plaque of me jacks. Heads open like a packet of snacks in the jacket and knacks. Faggots get smacked up for acting the rats. We need hatchets and back up the whack and the tax up. Let's take our country back off the map.
Beware the traits and actions. The predators with deadly habits, hidden weapons like Inspector Gadget, concealed beneath the red fabric in the lining of his leather jacket. The edge is jagged to the unwilling benefactors and any man that ever gets established. How come we bury knowledge but we tend to never bury hatchets? Life is like a movie with too many actors. We live the method, building up a solid list of steady classics for an industry that's passive. Check the status, cause we study analytically, disregard imaginary needs for a chauffeur in a limousine. Epiphanies appeased, lifted with the trees from the ocean trenches to the summits of the Pyrenees. Cause you and me are only separated by a maximum of 6 degrees, but some of us crawl and some of us leap.
fuck, I got no time for these bitches. Only got me red eyes and the riches, but couldn't be describing the figures. She send them paranoid, thinking someone's avoiding this mistress. Regardless, we hit the mattress. She pure high from the citrus, liquor from the toy to the clitoris. Looked at the blower, she only left me 9 of her digits. More fucking, she fine looking, let it slide with the swiftness. A week later, we were partying like mindless exhibits. I was put aside and told that she was worried to the shipment. She saying nothing cause she know that she's a loyal witness. That's why I'm trying to be avoiding her slickness. I had her up late just to get the word, and I'm ditching back in the morning, getting scaldy looks. Fries in the kitchen, trying to be keeping her sweet. I roy hookers, vicious, scraping capers, getting boys. Delinquents thinking we could float from a distance, lying on our backs, looking to the sky for the mission. They were the good times. Now she acting highly suspicious, always arguing, leaving me with poisonous kisses. I could sense something was up. I put the boys on a mission, see what they could find out. So no, they minding our business. Lust all luxurious, desirable wishes, designer equipment. They seen this cold war through a Moises instinctive. Came back and told me that the finest, the linen was stained up the bitch from the shirtiest visit. So now I'm striking at the night boy when the lights out of stimulus. When all you could hear was silence, a cricket. She creeping on the slope was a midget who was convincing that successfully compiling convictions to snitch and testify to the district. We ran through the gap together less than a minute to justify a decision. No common fuck it, this way for malicious ski back alive, but the fish is fucked in the boot till we arrive at the bridges. Getting sliced up the bitch with bricks, tied to your niblets. Now you in the prick and take a dive, then I know you're killing. She went from talking about relationships to talking in the station with the bacon lit. Dicks who hawk investigating shit. She nowadays, your Bobby Tuna be the alias, spontaneous kid. You're what you doing within me radius. You lost like the Pope on the pipe, the torn atheist, the Satanist. I'm one for just fraud, simultaneous, hanging on to the pride like a patriot, devoid of a salient, reminded of staying toys by a radiance.
Away, she had found him out. In a moment of anger, he deliberately and willfully killed her. If such deeds are permitted to go unpunished, this community would cease to be a decent and safe place for us or our children to live. I do not believe I have to plead or even demand that you bring in a verdict to punish the defendant for the crime that he has committed against society.
Yeah. Keep it some secrets deep with the knowledge and stick to what's like adhesive. You can never know too much power, that's what I'm a piece with. Piece in the puzzle without sneaking and cheating. Your peep the uniqueness seeping through the brain like it's telekinesis. Trying to better our thesis, preaching from reading and teaching it to the ears of the youth that it's reaching. We execute when we speak it, being out straight to the point. Not for the light-hearted or for the people who be feeling our feelings. Don't be feeding them demons, seen as believing, but not when you dreaming 24/7 in what we call reality. Fiending for the book of focus, let's be getting ravished and semen in the passenger cleaning the dick like she's lacking a feeding. No Johnny, he be fucking up with a packet of meanies. Elastic bands on that chat. Ain't she lavishly treated? He sees the lights and start drastically beeping the meaning. The young one searching for plastic tits and new eyes and some meaning. I seen her pregnant with more big brothers than your woman Davina. Kids with the keys for the Sunnies, Mickers, Carinas. Boys down the fire south, they're taking cunts out with A5s and Beamers at gunpoint. So keep your kicks towards skates as Adidas at some point. I just wanna escape with some reefer papers, increasing acres of haze. A place to get away for the weekend. I lay awake staring at the paint on the ceiling, scripted till daytime's the evening, blazing amazing Steve. Playing on them was the pros, kid. You win over your head, roses is red. But I'll be chillin', looking out at the ocean. Yo, I smoke like a dread, but keep yourself from being scoped with the feds. Or getting loaded with lead, playing the game with an ounce to the pump. Without straight, we be saying what's supposed to be said. Enemies closer than friends, keeping shit until the day that we trope. Without hope, and then they toast to our ends. Let me get up with this shit twisted, debrief sleep shit. This witness to finish crew, we maneuver the roots of existence. True look at you for the Egyptian, move into distance. If you see the devil never recruiting assistants. Ignore the polluted encryptions. News hitting you up with the newest description. Shit, we'll be on the soup with your mistress with no fuel resistance. She be kinda came to make a bruise in the kitchen. I nearly stooped to prescriptions over fucking stupid decisions. We kept the left for the working class fine. And the lies we put your crew on the missing. When I'm on the boards of fucking visits, business, instinctive decisions. You muzzle to wisdom. We cycle fluffing instinct of smoking with some bitch from Mauritius. Hooking steaks up and doing the dishes. Flicking true mission. Studied under the jitsu tradition with the slickest precision. Just give me your bread, kid, and I'ma come back at you with a million of the most despicable lyrics. Fucking sick of the critics. They can suck balls. Little Jimmy the crickets. I'm the sickest. The spread of depiction. The cynic Lloyd slicking. Hit your chick for the digits. Stand here the all night. Will you finish the minute you win it? The winner, I'm in it. The killer like 60 killer gorillas. This is English, you winning, no limits. Boys be filled up with spinach, sipping Miller, eating liver for dinner. But foreign villas situated with rivers. But just one thing to consider. See everything that glimmer ain't gold when you on the opposite side of the trigger. So let that message sink and deliver. So let that message sink and deliver. You playing it on amongst the pros, kid. You win over your head. Roses is red, but they'll be chillin' looking out at the ocean. Yo, I smoke like a dread, but keep yourself from being scoped of the feds or getting loaded with lead. Playing the game with an ounce to the punk. When they was straight, we be saying what's supposed to be said. Enemies closer to friends. Keep it shit lit to the day that we croak from token and they toast to our ends.
What do you know about souls? Everything. I'm here to watch over man's souls. Never fuck off with all that soul bollocks, you sap you. I want to see you stay better believe backbone. There's no kid waiting for when you grow up. Just a soul. Then a hole for your knob. Then another in the nook. And then another fucking hole in the ground for your corpse. What, with little plastic flowers? Surely funny.
This for all the boys in the branch moving cautious with something that'll make you nauseous. Keys of amnesia, weight that's enormous. Never the shortage, even with all those rat informants. Weird lovers are always staying true to their sources. Smoking ounce every day if they could afford it. All the E-heads be getting out of it up to the early mornings. Boys with the trays of book, getting locked on our porches. Melted cause the welfare sending them on forced courses where intelligent criminals get rewarded. Crimes be occurring round the way without getting reported. Bloody affair when the crew start warding. You can feed the kids in Africa with all the pigs on the forces. See the fingerless cowboys riding up on the horses. Damp yokes getting dolled up, thinking are gorgeous. You feel the city's unique, then you see our important street leverage is all that's about to put this planet in orbit.
What do you know, man? Everything. I'm here to watch over man's souls. Never fuck off with all that soul bollocks, you sap you. I want to see you stay better believe backbone.
Yo, we don't need to be bored of flights to be soaring heights. Me team glows green like the northern lights. Has to be more than life. Same old bored and shy Florence. White bikes from the night until the morning's bright. Waxing young ones with the thoughts of aborted life. Deep down we all just want the gorgeous wife to be sporting night. Chilling, sipping part of mortgage spice. Fresh gaff paid for, no stressing with no mortgage strife. Few brick parked off. Hit the Himalayas for exploring sites. Too much Scarface convincing boys that they're the important white Wallies that see this fuck the war through the started sight. Or be analyzing, soul searching till I'm all the right. Everyone wanna rap, nobody wanna stop and listen. Yo, it's either that or they climbing to the top position. Middle fingers to oppositions and dicks in the top divisions. I'm a simple mind kid, or just need them crops that glisten. Crystal shimmer with a citrus aroma that got me sniffing. Snuts be dripping, living without a fucking pot to pissing. Shit. Calm as a cunt, anticipating I anxiously of you sparking a blunt. Knowing someone can kick through the door. I'm with a pump on the revenge tip off a rock and no bars of the stuff. Shit long gone are the days where we used to act abolics, little alcoholics, crush proof, living without a strand of logic. Now we try and cram the knowledge, reading for hours of right until our hands are trouble. Instead of feeding people with crimes and robbing, going hand to hand with Bobby.
Then a hole for your knob. Then another.
situations. Will I make it? Time is money and reality is tainted. Raindrops hit the puddles outside. I'll step into the cold just to check am I alive. Another gruesome suicide victim jumped off the block. This is a weekly occurrence that doesn't seem to stop. I'll taste the salt, swallow a glass of bitterness. I'm dreaming it will pass, but in the midst of this I realise dark clouds always follow me. Every time I hope for the best I touch mahogany. Cause what you ask for isn't what you always get. And the things you remember you never seem to forget. Heartless politicians running for election. They wanna run a country, couldn't run an intersection. Our kids play with glass, our kids have playgrounds. They have apartments, we have flats run down.
I cannot escape the feeling of being watched by some unseen intelligence, and that perhaps our final destination will not be of our own choosing. On what we now believe to be the morning of the fourth day, we have emerged from the fiery depths of the mountain underworld.
Trapped in a cage full of twisted metal. Me mind settles, thoughts float round the room till I'm feeling mellow. Then I'll drift away from this bad world. What me eyes can't see won't make my eyes hurt. Teenagers dying from one night binges. The unlucky ones end up finding syringes, finding happiness in what ends up pain. A life of torture pumped into their veins. I'm still inside the cage, never to be free. The lock nowhere to be seen, no one has the key. Blades of grass become knives, lethal weapons. In fact, it's a long-winded road to keep your life intact. You're on the smack, so you're rejected by your family. And what was once pleasure is now rage and insanity. Your body's a chemical factory. What's life when you're a casualty? I watch you fade away.
Yo, you see this world through intelligent doors. Don't be listening to the media and Muppets that be telling your lawyers. Enter our minds as we chill and turn our heads to the scores. Check the red in our roars. Through me I let the veterans roars. Lunatic punish a guru and Miguel in his prime. And the rest of the boys fucking not trying to blend with the times. 90s to the bone kid, and I ain't letting that slur. Bust them snakes and slithering straight from the center of the void. Leaving mental destroyed. I praise the elements, strive for perfection. Without dick-licking initiations with elegant toys. And suits of 5 pockets like elephant toys. I'ma stand out in the crowd like feds in the scores. Pilots best you avoid, cause even though the physical of the puppetry perfection is still the connection is love. Though we left in the store, left us a void. Trying to put the rest of his words, we rely on the celestial goods.
It's so quiet, kind of eerie. Gives me the creeps.
Doesn't look like we can get out of here either. We have wandered in these caves for what now? The feeling that we are doubling back upon our own footsteps. And again, that strange feeling even here. Some alien intelligence still watching.
surrounded by negativity, hellish imagery, embedded devilish symmetry that they sell as divinity. I dwell on the deficiencies of a heavenly trinity. How can you measure affinity with esoteric abilities? The vicinity where I be living be killing me, got me fucking living in misery, cutting incisions, deep on good decisions we make on the regular. Synchronicity, secular structure and molecular stability. Shit, the mission be to be twisting strawberry swishers off the coast of Sicily, discussing mysteries in our history. See time limiters and the stimulus that's inside of us. Our syllabus is meticulous. Keep it lit if you void, and stuck in the snake pit. Don't get bit by the poisonous venomous concepts to probing us. The systems design the secrets of a list of requirements for this wishful environment. I leave you crystals anointing from the scriptures of inquisitive writing.
I hope the world don't stop before I hit her. I hope the world don't stop before I hit her.
I'm committed to the cause, marching with the faithful soldiers. I ruin my archives in the mind, place the folders. Preach what boys are cooking coke up with the bacon soda. Gotta chase them motors, all the stress of life can break compose. Our trouble staying heavy on me mind like the weight of bowlers. In our trouble sleeping till the devil knocked the cradle over. Kicked me when I was down, had me feeling like a wasteful owner. OD'd on tabs and nearly fell into a fatal coma. Here to represent, I'm one of the few God gave diplomas in the war, but new age prophets are getting labeled stoners. What great composers come around us, you can taste the note. I haze aroma, gift of inspiration for this graceful smokers. I know I got charm enough for me to face a cobra. Putting your life on the line's the best way to gain exposure. Society's been enslaved by all the hateful poachers, stockbrokers, gambling resources like it's table poker. Stare at the man in the mirror, me face is getting older. Till I do, you'll be getting high, the street Ayatollah. Giving you all something to chill for the late October state defiant, because I was flying on an angel's shoulders. Told me whatever the dream, they can make it kosher. Once you understand me, life is coming to a painful closure. Try be wise, cause I know the end of days are closer, when the earth's returning to the hands of its grateful owners.
I hope the world don't stop before I hit her. I hope the world don't stop before I hit her. I hope the world don't stop before I hit her.